Okay, now we will shape the particles. We're going to create 4 rocks that will be used in an instancer that will be randomly picked by the particle system. So we'll start by creating a polycube and duplicate it 3 times. Now we will shape them to whatever shape we want. For this case, we'll make them look like rocks. An easy way to shape them is to use the paint selection tool and push and pull until you get the look you're going for. I'll quickly fast forward, I don't want to waste too much time. Once you've finished, select the 4 rocks and go to Particles and click on Instancer Replacement. This is where we will assign the 4 rocks to the particle system, linking them all up together. Select and highlight the 4 rocks, and at the bottom change the particle object to instance to particle 1 if it's not already. Click Create and close off window. If you play back the animation, you'll see a bunch of rocks fly around, but all look the same, all in the same angle and the same rock and same size. So that's not exactly what we want. So to fix this, we will mix them up a bit and make each particle look different from the rest. To do this, we will add a few expressions in the expression editor to a few of the attributes of the particle shape 1. Okay, select particle shape 1 again, scroll down to per particle attributes and click on the general button underneath the add dynamic attributes menu. Click on the particle tab and find a thing called user scalar 1pp. This will create a new attribute in the list. These attributes will be used to randomly change each particle's rotation, mass, scale, size to create a much more effective looking explosion. Also add the attributes vector 1pp and then user vector 2pp. Okay, now right click on the user scalar 1 and create expression. Type the expression particle capital S shape 1 dot user capital S scalar capital P equals rand bracket 0 comma 3 bracket semicolon and click create and close off window. User scalar will be used as a selection attribute that will randomly choose between the 4 blocks we created earlier. You can see this in the instance of 1 node. It will be choosing one of those 4 blocks there. Go back to particle shape 1 again. Find the drop down called Instancer Geometry Replacement. Drop down the menu and find Object Index. Drop it down and select User Scalar 1pp object. This links the expression to the 4 objects in the instancer you created before. Also, while you're here, under Scale select User Vector 1pp and under Rotation select User Vector 2pp. The particles are still the same at the moment, but once the expressions are in place you should start to see some progress. Okay, go back down to per particle attributes and right click on User Vector 1pp and add the expression particle capital S shape 1 dot user capital V vector 1 capital P equals rand bracket 0.1 comma 0.6 bracket semicolon. This assigns each particle randomly a different size between 0.1 and 1. You can adjust the amount later in touch-ups. Next, click on user vector 2pp and add the expression particle capital S shape 1 dot user capital V vector 2 capital P equals rand bracket 0 comma 360 bracket semicolon, which randomly spins each particle to a certain degree. And last, add particle capital S shape 1 dot user capital V vector 2 capital P plus equals left arrow 15 comma 15 right arrow semicolon. This makes each particle spin 15 degrees every frame in all axes throughout the whole explosion, so it gives a much more randomness to the overall look. Okay, if you play back you should start to see some progress. Okay, it's looking good. The last thing to do is to stop the particles falling through the ground plane. To solve this, select the particles, then the ground plane, go to Particles, and make Collide Options. Make the resilience to 0.7 and put the friction up a little, and click OK. So if you play back it now, it should start looking fairly good and bounce off that ground plane. At this point you can now do touch-ups, change the numbers around on the radial field to give it more of a burst, change the size in the expressions, and once you're happy, other elements including smoke, fire could be added to the scene. But that's all from me now. I hope you learn a little about particle explosions. I'll leave you now with a few clips of an amazing plugin for Maya called Blast Code. It really is an excellent plugin that pretty much explodes things for you. I really advise for you to check it out. Well, if you have any questions, please leave a comment. I'm Michael Hall. Have a good one.